Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, we are going to talk about the actual cost for $5,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 70-year-old male. Now, first thing I want to let you know is you can go to our website and at funeralfunds.com and get a quote for any coverage you want, any state you want. We're licensed in all 50 states. Just fill out the quoter, and it's going to pull up the same quoter that we use to help people with. You'll be able to see the same companies, exact pricing. You can fiddle around with the pricing, whatever you want to do. So the first thing we need to consider, if you're looking for $5,000 worth of life insurance or final expense insurance for a 70-year-old male, is that going to be enough coverage for you? So the average cost of a cremation in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. You know, that's if you were to just come home in a cardboard box or an urn. Now, if you wanted a ceremony or a celebration of life or something like that, that's going to be $3,500 to probably $4,500 right now. So if you had $5,000 worth of coverage, that's going to be enough for right now. Now, if you're just going to have that basic cremation, that $5,000 really inflation proofs your plan for quite a few years. But if you're going to have a service and you want something a little bit fancier, that will cover expenses right now, but may not, as you get older to age 75, 80, 85. So depending on your needs, typically we would recommend anywhere between $5,000 or maybe kind of $7,500 or possibly even $10,000. But one thing we recommend you don't do is don't overinsure. If you just want a basic cremation, $1,000 to $2,000 at age 70, don't be looking for a $25,000 policy, because chances are it's going to be a little too expensive for you. And we'd rather see you actually spend that money on yourself, while you're still alive, than give that to an insurance company. And a lot of times people will say, hey, I just want to give some money to my family after I'm gone. Well, I'd really recommend you just actually spend that money on your family while you're alive, and you'll have those memories, and they'll have those lifetime of memories after you're gone. So let's talk about burial, though. Is $5,000 enough for a burial? No, not right now. The average cost of a burial in the United States right now is right around $10,000. So if you walk into a funeral home with a check for $5,000, they're not going to do it. They're going to want more money. Now, would $5,000 ever be appropriate for a 70-year-old male? Well, it kind of depends, but really it's kind of like, what coverage do you already have? So if you already had, or if you had a $5,000 policy already, and you know you're going to be buried, and you know that is just not going to be enough, you could add another $5,000 worth of coverage. That would get you up to $10,000. That would cover your needs as of today. Now, it wouldn't include future needs due to inflation and everything, but it would get you kind of caught up and back up to speed. Or if you had a $10,000 policy and it used to be enough, but prices increased and now it's kind of right at the edge, now you can add $5,000 and get up to $15,000. Now, keep in mind, at $10,000 for a burial, that's not going to be anything fancy, but, I can't imagine anywhere in the United States, pretty much, if you walk in, they're not going to work with you, if you've got a check for $10,000. Hard to imagine they would allow that money to kind of walk down the street to a competitor. So when you are shopping around for insurance, it's really important that you really get first day coverage. And that's what we specialize here at Funeral Funds of America, first day coverage and low cost same day approvals. That is really important because, at age 70, we just don't know when our last day is going to be. Same for a 25-year-old, but, as we get later in life, we know that, that day is coming. It's a-coming. So you want first day coverage, and you absolutely do not want a 2-year waiting period. And we'll cover that in a moment here too. But now, a lot of people would say, well, first day coverage, yeah, but it's got health questions, and I'm not in that great of health. Well, we work with enough different insurance companies that we can actually help you qualify for first day coverage 95% of the time. It's just generally not an issue unless you have something really, really significant health-wise going on, like, terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or dialysis or dementia, or if you're in a nursing home or a hospital, something like that. The other thing that happens occasionally is people will call us up and say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week, and the body's down at the funeral home, and they didn't have insurance, and we don't have any money, so we need to get this insurance really quick because they're holding the body down there, and they need to get paid to get everything done. Well, unfortunately, there's not a single insurance company in the United States that allows anybody who's already dead to get insurance. So it's really sad when we have to inform people that, yeah, we can't get insurance on a dead person to get you that money. But kind of the only thing we can do at that point is just learn from their mistakes and, just understand that we've got to get this insurance actually before we need it. We can't wait until it's too late. Let's talk about this 2-year waiting period plan. So probably one of the most well-known and controversial, I guess, is Colonial Penn. They've got a $9.95 plan. It's a 2-year waiting period plan. They advertise like crazy on the TV all over the place. And the challenge is just $9.95 does not get you a whole lot of insurance, unfortunately. And a lot of people see that commercial and they think, this is terrific. I put this off almost all my life, and now I can get $20, $30, $40, $50,000 worth of life insurance for $9.95, and it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Let's take a look here. There's some other 2-year waiting period plans out there too. Mutual of Omaha has their United Omaha product. That's a 2-year waiting period. AIG, Gerber, there's a whole bunch of other ones out there. And a lot of the companies have done a really great job of marketing out there and a great job of trying to convince people that the only thing that you can qualify for at age 70 as a male is a 2-year waiting period policy. Nothing could be further from the truth because we help people all the time with first day coverage. So let's take a look here. Male, age 70 right here. What does $9.95 get you? $9.95 for 1 unit of coverage gets you $689. That's a little bit different than the TV commercial, isn't it? Right? So, $689 is not even going to pay for a cremation for 1 unit. So it just kind of, I don't know, just doesn't seem like that works out well for most people. Plus, you've got the 2-year waiting period. So we're looking at $5,000. With Colonial Penn, you can't actually buy $5,000 worth of life insurance. You've got to go their per unit pricing and kind of just goof around a little bit until you get to $5,000. Oops. Let's take a look here. Maybe go a little bit more. Try 6 units. No, not quite there. 7 units. That's probably as close as we're going to get to $5,000 with Colonial Penn for a 70-year-old male. 7 units would buy you $4,823, and that would be $69.65. Let's round that up to $70 just for easy math. So 70. Now let's go over to our first day coverage quote. This is one we've got on our website. You can use one, and we've got $5,000 for a male, age 70 here. We're going to click the get quote. Let's go back and look at Colonial Penn. Again, this is $70, and it's not even $5,000. Okay, because you can't get $5,000. Let's see what this would be in first day coverage for exactly $5,000. So here we've got a company. We work with Trinity Life right here. Terrific company. They've got low prices. When it says simplified issue level, that level means first day coverage. And they're just simply a great company. They're terrific. And it's $35.90. Now remember, this is $70. And we'll just round numbers. This is $35. So Colonial Penn is literally right at just about 200% more. And you have to have a 2-year waiting period. Why would you do that? Theoretically, you could get double the coverage. You could get $10,000 worth of coverage for the same amount of as Colonial Penn, probably within pennies anyway. So why would you do that? Let's take a look at a couple other companies here to see some other companies that may be advertised quite a bit. And you'll be able to see all these companies on the quoter that you'll have access to. So keep that in mind. You can just see all the prices exactly like we see on our end. So Lincoln Heritage, here's a company, a fine company, level coverage, first day coverage, but the price is quite a bit higher. And the reason is they've got a deal where when you pass away, they say, hey, we'll call 2 to 3 different places, funeral homes, to get you the lowest pricing. And the thing is, although that might be nice, you end up paying for it. So $45 compared to, $45 compared to $35. So $10 a month. Not a whole lot, but it adds up, right? So, per year, that's right around $120 more a year. But if you live another 10 years until age 80, that's $1,200. So that's an awful lot of money to make 2 or 3 phone calls and do a couple other things, right? Just an awful lot of money. So what we've done at Funeral Funds is we've got a funeral and estate planning guide, and we provide that to people free of charge. And you just fill that out beforehand, and you leave that for your family, and you keep it with the policy, and they know all your final wishes. They know everything that you want done. And it's really just a nice, convenient, and loving way to let them know that you were thinking about them well in advance. So take a look at some of these other companies out there, depending on your health, what you may qualify for. But there's many companies out there, and we can certainly help you with any of those. So again, we do caution you, again, against over-insuring. We would rather see you keep that money in your own pocket and spend that money on your family while you're alive rather than give that insurance money to them after you're dead. So keep in mind, you can go to our website here, funeralfunds.com. We're going to have a link in the comments section of this video. We'll have a specific quarter. It's been showing to you throughout this video, funeralfunds.com/YouTube. That's a special quarter where you can get the best discounts to make sure you do get the lowest pricing. You can also call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456. We are licensed in all 50 states. We can help you no matter what. So whether you're looking at getting a brand new insurance policy, or you have an existing policy and you want to add coverage, or you have an existing policy and you want to see if you can get lower pricing, or if you've got a policy that's got a 2-year waiting period and you want to see if you can get first day coverage, just reach out to us. We'll help you out with that. We look forward to helping you with that, and we look forward to meeting you at some point in the future. So until that day comes, you take care, stay safe, have a nice day. Bye-bye.